Trying to see if I like this hype better. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see how it works out. Who's Good Potatoes? Spindly here, and today we're reviewing Black Ghosts. This is one of the fun movies in the Ju-On franchise. Unfortunately, after this, I don't have the other two. All I have is the Grudge movies. Now, this one was kind of an interesting curse as opposed to dying in a grip of rage. This one was never even born and dwelled inside of her twin sister. Pretty fucked up. Needless to say, anyone who came into contact with this little girl was brutally fucking murdered. Once again, time, camera work, yeah, all that good stuff. So, you pretty know from the get-go what this is going to be about, what it's going to be like. They took a pretty interesting twist on The Grudge. But all this came back to basically a resurrection of a more powerful Kayako. Basically, after the second movie, Kayako entered into kind of... How do I say this? Kind of a line of rebirth. She was reborn in the flesh, inevitably died, and then possessed another unborn fetus, was absorbed and gained power from inside there, eventually expelling the original soul from the body and taking over to come back more powerful whenever that one inevitably died as well. So Kayako has been gaining power while all these other curses have been going on. Now, I do have my theory. I might just make a video strictly for that. But at the same time, you know, like, the Ju-On franchise is dark. It's absolutely fucking horrifying. I can't say this enough. Which I probably already have by most of your standards. As convoluted as it is, it holds together well. Which is one thing that most movies with this sort of craziness fail to do. I'm not going to give the franchise an overall rating because I don't own the entire franchise. While I have seen it, it has been a while since I've seen some of the movies. So I guess I'm going to be fair. This one in correspondence with White Ghosts. I'm going to go ahead and give it that. I'm going to give it 3 potatoes. The only reason this movie is getting 3 potatoes is because it still was scary. I can't stress that enough. This is a horror movie, and it's getting 3 potatoes just because it's fucking scary. Which most horror movies don't do that. Lights Out did an excellent job. It was scary, but wasn't too scary. This is still scary, even though the plot for this specific one was lackluster. It wasn't as creative as it has been up until this point, which once a movie franchise hits a certain point, it's going to drop off the creativity meter a little bit. Not only that, but it's hard to do something that in depth when your main terrifying thing is a little girl. And you pretty much start off strong with a full-grown woman crawling out of someone else's vagina and killing an entire room of surgeons. So, where do you go from there? From there, you go to an old lady walking around with a basketball, and then you go to a little girl with an unborn twin in her uterus that eventually takes over her freaking entire body, forces her mother to commit suicide, and just come back like everything's A-okay. So, this one gets 3 potatoes because while it was still scary, and I did enjoy this movie a lot, it was kind of... It was the weak point of the entire franchise, in all honesty. And that's about all I have to say about this. It was the weak point, unfortunately, which... Until you've watched it a few times, The Grudge has no weak points. This is, You're too focused on how fucking scared you are to nitpick details. With me, I've seen this enough. I'm just like... look at all these details. This deep lore. It's everywhere. It's all around me. All in all, 3 potatoes. Have you seen this movie? Are you planning on watching this movie? I do, in fact, recommend it, even though it got a middle-of-the-road rating here. Go ahead and post all that in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, keep on keeping on, and I will see you in another video. I said I was going to do something with Japanese. I'm still studying in my off time. I ended up knocking this out in an entire day. I got a very light shift at work today. It was unexpected. It was heavy work, but it was like 4 hours. So, yeah, I had free time to kill, so I sat down and watched the entire Japanese franchise with the exception of 2 movies. Next, I'm going to go ahead and get kicking on the American franchise, not counting the original Americanized Grudge from, like, 2003, 2004, whenever that came out. I think I'm also going to get a cat. I'll show that off in a video. Like, comment, subscribe, keep on keeping on.